Thank you very much. Good evening. Like you said, my name is Tobi Oluwatola. I lead CJID, and we support Dubawa, a fact-checking website. And recently, we do lots of fact-checking, mostly around elections. Recently, we built a tool. Now, 80% of Africans get their news from radio. 45% of those people every single day. So radio is very important. Many of you have not listened to radio in a while. And the truth is that a lot of disinformation happens on radio. More than 50% of Africans believe that the information they get on radio cannot be trusted, and they are right. So, but fact-checking what happens on radio is almost like playing whack-a-mole. There's so many of them, and the information is so transient, and it's hard to get every single thing that is being spread on radio. So a lot of what's happening in automated fact-checking has focused on, so for Google supported Full Fact to build a tool that does automated fact-checking that really just mostly focuses on text, but not so much has been done with radio. So what did we do? We set out to build a tool that hopefully listens to radio, records the radio, converts it to text, identifies when a claim has been made, and the hope is that if we can do that, then we give fact checkers a chance, even if they won't listen to all the radio, to be able to get information that is coming out of radio and fact check it in real time. Now, what's the methodology that we use? So we built a bit of a radio claim extraction process that we capture the content that's coming from radio, and we have a tool called Ajala.ai that basically takes that automated recording, stores it, transcribes it, and then extracts claims out of it, and then that gets fed back to the people. So to do that, we had to use two different data sets. So one data set we used was a data set of radio transcriptions. One big challenge that we had was AI just understanding African accents. So we had that data set as well as a data set that looks at things that have been fact-checked in the past. So those are the hours that we had to collect of the two data sets that we had. So we then initially tried the BERT and distill BERT extraction models. These are AI models, natural language processing models, but we struggled with that, and then we later settled on OpenAI's ChatGPT-3, and you can see the results. Eventually, we got to about 94% accuracy in identifying fact-checkable claims. So now the tool, at least a significant amount of the time, can determine when a claim has been made. So these are some examples of claims that have been made. So, and the first one is quite interesting because it gets you to some of the limitations. So, but then you can see that we're increasingly getting better results. So now, what are some of the limitations we faced? And I'll narrow in on the second one, because one big limitation is that AI still doesn't understand African names, African accents. So the name, what reads as article there, is really the name of a politician, Atiku, and the other one is a politician, Wike, that is read as Wicket. So the quality of the audio transcription is a big part of why that's a problem, and the diversity of accents and intonations of different African countries. So we did this in Nigeria and Ghana, and even within each country, there's so much diversity in accents and pronunciations. So yeah, and the problem is that once you have an error in the transcription or an error at any stage, it just cascades, and it's very hard to get a good result at the end. So there's still limitations. We're still looking for collaborations to do it better. So looking ahead, there are areas for us to try and integrate audio with video, with textual data sources, and also to create a more comprehensive and robust platform that can address these challenges, especially around elections and crisis. So in conclusion, our tool moves a little bit forward in advancing this big problem of fact-checking radio, but it still needs to be further developed with help from people like you and I. Thank you very much.